Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Blonde Intelligence, where we have a special guest out of Los Angeles, California, Mr. Trevor Wesley. Hello.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I am doing fine. Thank you for coming. How about you start out with telling everyone a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a California, Los Angeles native, and people are like, "How'd you get into music?" But I didn't get into music. Music was in me, and I recognized I had a gift with music since a young age, and I just kept doing it. And it wasn't until later that realized that I wanted to do it for a living. That was just something that I did because I love to do it. I play piano and sing, and when I was like, maybe 13 or 14, I started recording myself and doing covers and stuff, and writing songs. And I've just been doing it ever since. And I have a song that went viral a few years ago called "Chivalry is Dead," and I wrote and produced it. And I'm just continuing as technology keeps growing. Like, it's so accessible for artists to create music now, and the competition is there's so many people doing music, and so now I'm really trying to tap into ways of being, I'm great at music, but now that's like 20% of it really, because it's about promotion and marketing and networking and all that kind of stuff. So just doing what I can.
So, actually, how long have you been in the industry?
For probably close to 15 years now. I've been out in LA doing, live gigs with different musicians and different people. I used to I worked with a lot of different people, and I used to be signed with this artist named Neo, who, his management and stuff like that. And I've navigated
Neo's from Arkansas.
from different situations, but it's kind of hard to find the right, situation that's going to be the thing, because everything I've ever been involved with, I was thought like, this is it, and so I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Okay. You mentioned with technology how things have gotten easier. In what ways have it gotten easier for you with using technology?
Well, that I can, create a song.
Specifically in the music, specifically in the music, not the social media, not all those other parts. We'll get to that, but specifically with the creation of the music, how has technology worked for you?
Well, I've been recording, and using software for creating music for a long time, and it's definitely gotten easier. There's a lot of subscription services for instruments and different, software plugins and stuff like that. So you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to get it. You can pay a monthly subscription to use it and test things out if you like them. And, especially just being able to, use different distributors that are online now. You pay a fee and you can put your music out and get it to the world. But like I said, it's about the marketing and promotion of it. Once you put your music out there, then I realize that it's more so about the story that people, like brands and different, tastemakers and influencers care about. It's like the music could be great, but how are we going to sell this story? And I'm not much of a salesman. I want to make music that would hopefully sell itself, But I know that it's like you said, with social media, it's about partnering with people who are creative and do something different, but it also aligns with, making sense with both of you doing things together. Like that "Chivalry is Dead" song I did, it came together so great because I partnered with a guy named Ian Eastwood, who's a dancer and choreographer, and he used the song in a video. And so, me making the music and singing, he did the dance, and it became a visual, and he had an audience already. So it kind of kicked off a fan base for me, which was cool.
Right. So I had wrote a blog one time about, are you collaborating with the right people? So tell me, out of everybody that you have collaborated with, who do you think was the most beneficial? Not just in terms of numbers, but as in advancing your career.
Well, I would definitely say Ian Eastwood because, he got me a fan base and got me, I'm able to pay my rent with my music and, somewhere to start to build from. But
okay, what about the number two then? The number two.
Working with Neo was amazing too because he's just really talented and he writes songs really fast and he gave me some good advice multiple times. Just working with him. And, because in LA, there's so many crabs in a barrel out here. Everyone says they're dope. Everyone says, they're awesome, but like he was just awesome, and he didn't have to say anything, you know. Like one of the things he told me that stuck with me was to, when you're writing a song, to know as quickly as you can what the name of the song is. And I related it to like driving somewhere, you know, like you're not gonna just get in the car and start driving and hope you're gonna land somewhere good, you know. You got to know where you're going and then pick the route. And that really helped me as a songwriter, you know. I do everything myself. I write and sing and produce and just create music, you know. And I can't. It's hard for me to like, I can't imagine if I was just a singer where I had to find writers, I had to find producers, and like that would be like crazy, because you'd just be waiting around for other people all the time. And I think, you know, there's more and more people that are just doing it all themselves, because what are you going to be, you know, the right person's not going to just come along. You got to be working and doing things yourself for things to move forward, you know?
Okay. You mentioned earlier that in LA that you performed a lot of local places. What are some of the places that you were performing at?
Well, it started with this place in the valley that was called, it's not there anymore now, but it was called Cozy's, and it was this little, you know, hole in the wall bar spot that all the dopest musicians came to. And, you know, it was open till like 2 in the morning, and we would just hang out and play music and jam. And from there, you know, like that kind of like introduced me to a lot of different musicians and producers. And, you know, from there, I've like, you know, I performed at the Key Club when it was the Key Club, and now it's gone. The House of Blues in Sunset, which is gone. It's crazy how everything is like, you know, changing so much. But Jamie Foxx had a thing called, what was it called? It was in downtown LA. I don't know if he still does it anymore, but I think that's where he discovered Ed Sheeran. But I performed there a few times, and it all came from this little place called Cozy's. And the bartender, Mo, he was super cool. And it'll always be a memory of mine, because it really, like, you know, was an experience growing up and being around such awesome musicians, mostly who played in church, and, you know, that were always better than me. And so I'd be able to hang around.
Why you say better than you?
Because they were more experienced. They could play better, but that's why, you know, that's what's awesome. I think you should always surround yourself with people that are better than you, so you can grow and be hungry to be like, damn, I know I can be that, like that one day. You know, this was like maybe 12, 13 years ago that I was out there at Cozy's, but I know that it was a pivotal moment for me to, you know, be introduced to musicians in the industry and networking and stuff, you know, which is cool.
So what would you consider your genre?
Well, I love, you know, like jazz music, like Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald, but being from California, I've always loved, like, you know, West Coast music, like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Pharrell. And someone called me Trap King Cole one time, and I thought it was funny. Like, I don't rap, but I'm a crooner, you know. I love like Frank Sinatra kind of, you know, crooning kind of music.
I kind of got that from you when you said you enjoyed working with Neo.
Yeah. But I'm, you know, but I definitely lean towards the kind of jazzier side of things. But I like to have a soulful touch to it. It's weird because I don't like try to create a sound or anything. I've just been doing it for a long time, and everything that I've ever loved, I've taken a little piece of here and there and put it in to create what I am. And, you know, I guess I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Okay. So tell me about your latest single.
Well, I put a song. I'm going to be releasing a song a month now, just to consistently be pushing singles. And the last song I just put out was called Buzzed, and that's the song I put out on that Share to the Pros website. But it's just a song. It's like kind of like, you know, everything these days is about, you know, I don't know how to word it right, but it comes across like it's like you're getting high or getting drunk, but the song is really about being high on life. You know, so that people, so you could get high, you could get drunk, you know, listening to the song, and it would still make sense. But at the same time, I'm not trying
because when I first heard it, I was like, "What is he talking about? Getting high of what?"
Yeah, and exactly. I said, "I'm buzzed in my car."
Look, see, when you submit it, I think that you submit it. A lot of people will submit and they'll say, "Listen to the first 25 seconds and then give feedback." I actually listened to the whole song because
nice.
A lot of it has no words within the first 25 seconds. He grabbed me right away.
I always tell people, man, when they say, check out my song, check out this music, and there's like this long intro because they think that it's the greatest thing ever, so they have all this build up. I'm like, man, people have such short attention spans. You got to get to the song like immediately, So if I can, unless it's like an album song that's like not, that's just in the album and people already love you, and it's like, I'm trying to get myself out there, so I'm not gonna put a long intro. But I'm glad you listened. Thank you.
Well, tell everybody where they're able to find your music, your social media handles, anything, Mr. Trevor Wesley.
You said it. I mean, I try to make it easy. It's just my name. Trevor Wesley is my Instagram, but my Facebook and my YouTube is Trevor Wesley Music. But yeah, Trevor Wesley is all you need to know. Like Wesley Snipes. So Spotify,
iTunes. Trevor Wesley on LinkedIn, Snapchat, everything, or do you just
everything
have
else.
just the certain social medias that you use?
Yeah, just for whatever reason it was, I forget what it was, but Facebook and YouTube is Trevor Wesley Music. So okay. Trevor Wesley is. If you type in Trevor Wesley on Google, you'll find what you need.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want us to know about you?
Just thank you for having me on, and it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I appreciate it, and cool.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to the video channels. Bye.